Program Bachelor of Commerce, third year, subject Economics, semester 5, course code CEC 103, course title Indian Monetary and Financial System. In this session, I will deal with the topic Development Financial Institutions, an overview and role in Indian economy, as well as life and non-life insurance companies in India. Outline, introduction, meaning of development financial institutions, role of development financial institutions in Indian economy, life and non-life insurance companies in India, conclusion. At the end of this module, students will be able to explain the meaning of development financial institutions, explain the role of development financial institutions in Indian economy, as well as explain the life and non-life insurance companies in India. The Government of India established the development financial institutions with an objective of providing sector-specific loans to industries, agriculture, infrastructure, housing, export finance, etc. These institutions provide medium and long-term finance for the development of key sectors in the economy. Now let's see the meaning of development financial institutions. A development financial institution is defined as an institution endorsed or supported by Government of India primarily to provide development or project finance to one or more sectors or subsectors of the economy. It emphasizes the long-term financing of a project rather than collateral-based financing, apart from provision of long-term loans, equity capital, guarantees, and underwriting functions. This institution is also expected to upgrade the managerial and other operational requirements of the assisted projects. Now let's see the role of development financial institutions in Indian economy. First, capital formation. Development financial institutions have played a crucial role in accelerating the pace of capital formation in the country by providing long-term finance to the industrial and infrastructure sector. They were assigned the role of providing long-term credit for development of different capital goods industries and for undertaking infrastructure projects in the country. Second, supports capital market. They also support the activities in the capital market by underwriting of shares and debentures of industrial concerns directly, subscribing to equity and preference share capital, guaranteeing deferred payments, conducting market and investment research, and rendering of technical and administrative guidance to entrepreneurs. Third, facilitates industrial development. They also provide rupee and foreign currency loans for setting up new industrial projects and also for expansion, diversification, modernization or renovation of existing units. Foreign currency loans are provided for financing import of equipment or technology in special cases. Fourth, development of backward areas. Development financial institutions provide project finance in backward areas on concessional terms such as lower rate of interest, extended repayment schedule, and relaxed norms in respect of the promoter's contribution and debt equity ratio. Fifth, promotion of self-employment. They have achieved a remarkable success in creating a new class of entrepreneurs and spreading industrial culture to new areas and weaker sections of society. Special capital and seed capital schemes were introduced to provide equity type of funding to new and technically skilled entrepreneurs who lack access to required financial resources. The promotional activities like carrying out industrial potential surveys, identification of potential entrepreneurs, and providing technical consultancy services have contributed significantly in the process of industrialization and effective utilization of industrial finance by the industry. 6. Sector-specific development financial institutions. The setting up of sector-specific development financial institutions have helped in the growth and development of each sector. For example, NABARD has played a crucial role in the development of the agriculture and rural sector. Export-Import Bank has been able to promote the exports of the country by providing export finance. And last, economic growth and development. Over the years, development financial institutions have played an important role in the development of agriculture, international trade, housing, tourism, etc. The growth of this sector has helped India to accelerate its pace of economic growth and development. Now let's see life and non-life insurance companies in India. First, let's see the meaning of life insurance. Life insurance is a contract between the insurance company and a policy holder which guarantees of compensation for loss of life in return for payment of a specified premium. Typically, life insurance is chosen based on the needs and goals of the owner. It is important to note that benefits from all types of life insurance are generally income tax free. Now let's see types of life insurance. First, term life insurance. It is designed to provide financial protection for a specific period of time such as 10 or 20 years. With traditional term insurance, the premium payment amount stays the same for the coverage period that you select. After that period, policies may offer continued coverage, usually at a substantially higher premium payment rate. Term life insurance is generally less expensive than permanent life insurance. Second, universal life insurance. It is a type of permanent life insurance designed to provide lifetime coverage. These policies are flexible and may allow you to raise or lower your premium payment or coverage amounts throughout your lifetime. Third, whole life insurance. It is a type of permanent life insurance designed to provide lifetime coverage. Because of the lifetime coverage period, whole life insurance usually has higher premium payments than term life. Some of the examples of life insurance companies in India are LIC, Standard Life Insurance Company Limited, SBI Life Insurance Company Limited, Max Life Insurance Company Limited, etc. Now let's see the meaning of general or non-life insurance. General or non-life insurance covers everything other than life insurance. They are insurance contracts that do not come under the ambit of life insurance. The tangible assets are likely to get damaged and there is a need to protect their economic value. For this purpose, general insurance products are brought as they provide protection against unforeseen contingencies like damages and loss of the asset. Now let's see types of general or non-life insurance. First, motor insurance. It provides insurance against damages to the vehicle due to accidents. Second, health insurance. It provides financial relief to the individual undergoing medical treatment on account of diseases or an injury. Third, home insurance. It provides compensation for the loss occurring due to earthquake, fire, or any natural calamities. Fourth, fire insurance. It is a compensation of loss due to fire. Fifth, marine insurance. It is an insurance cover for any damage for products using sea transport. Some of the examples of non-life insurance companies in India includes National Insurance Company Limited, New India Assurance Company Limited, etc. Conclusions. The role of development financial institutions in industrialization and the developmental finance till the onset of liberalization cannot be denied. They were crucial to realize the larger developmental goals as prescribed by the 5-year plans. Insurance is a large investment and we are mostly likely to purchase multiple policies throughout our lifetime. It is essential that we should know what each type of insurance covers and how it works so we can make the best decision about what to buy. These are the references which I have used for this topic. Thank you.